Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I think I have Cummins. I think that can be spelt with double M as well as single M. Let's see how we go with this game. I've just started the game and was about to lay down a bingo in Epsilon, and opponent aborted the game, so better luck this time. I'm not seeing any bingos apart from Cummins. And nor am I seeing any 8s, but there could be one. I've got the un prefix, I've got the ism ending, the mis beginning, but no 8-letter bingos are coming to mind. Great, Oxide takes an S, so we'll find out if Cummins can be spelt like this. And it can. Fantastic. And look at this for a pick. I have Waterer, possibly Rewater as well. But does either play? I don't think so. R doesn't go either side of I, and there are only 6 letters above and to the left of O. So neither of those plays, but a lot of floaters to consider. I've got the where prefix spelled A-R-E and E-A-R. So tree where is good through an E. No floating E. Unbelievable. What about the I? Waterier. Fantastic. And there are 2 of those. Both could be blocked. Wow, 90 points for Cummins. Fantastic. I didn't look for an alternative bingo, but I don't think it would have scored as much because I was getting all these points from Oxide. So anything with the U, unlikely. M. No. X. No. D. I've got the ward ending. Oh no, has opponent blocked both Wateriers? Well, certainly block this one. Yes. Unbelievable. And Waterer and Rewater, nowhere for them. Wow, I was not expecting that. Okay, so what to do? Well, it's certainly not a disaster, because my W can go above HO and get triples. So I can get rid of all my duplicates by doing this. I don't have anything which goes above Ox. This is 31 points, which is quite handy, and a fantastic rack leave. Could there be a bingo I'm overlooking? Well, I was about to consider words ending ward. That's been scuppered. I don't have anything to go after Ox. Yeah, I'm going with this. Now, another bingo-y looking rack. A glitter through a T. No floating T. Lethargic through an H. Anything with an R. No. C. Nope. U. Ligature. Fantastic. Surely opponent won't block that. How about M? Nope. D? No. Okay, so what about BI? Fantastic. Ligature remains available. And opponent has provided a T for a glitter. And I'm minded to go with this because I'm not really providing access or valuable access to this triple word square. The scores are going to be about the same, and ligature in row C is going to provide access to the triple word square top middle and provide 2 bingo lanes, whereas a glitter provides only 1, and it has to have an E to the right of the R. Wow, nice pick. Always good to see the blank. Less cheery to see all of the O's. but I mustn't discount a bingo too quickly. Certainly two O's together feature in a lot of words, and in the word foot, which can be a component part of a word. But I'm not optimistic about this. But the floaters are, oh wow, 73 points for opponent. So that savagely cuts into my lead, most unwelcome. What am I going to do about it? Well, I was considering bingos through the R. They could have ended root, they can't now. And then there was the floating D, not seeing anything. The R of striker, it could begin root, it could begin Rio. It can't begin over. Okay, I'm pretty sure there are no bingos here. So how to get rid of the O's? I'm not going to get rid of all three. I'd like to get rid of two of them, and I wouldn't mind getting rid of the G as well. Oxo is good. So I could do this. 19 points is pretty decent. G helps to balance vowel consonant balance. Yeah, I think that's fine. I am going with this. Great, I don't draw any more O's, and this looks pretty bingo-y. But what do I have? So Gotia. Very few 7-letter lanes to consider. Bio does take a G, but a glitter takes nothing. What about the floating R in striker? I do have an I for an ing ending word, but I have a lot of vowels to go with that. U has taken out or massively restricted the D. I've got the C for an IC ending word. M, or M and L. Wow, just not seeing anything. I've got an O for going to the right of K. Surely there is a bingo here. I would have agiotage through an A or a G. This E is available for bingos beginning with E. Now, fantastic. Thank you, opponent. Gotia now plays for 74. But before I play this in a hurry, look at row K. There's a double-double for bingos beginning R-E. I am going to squiz through the alphabet. This rack plus R-E. Well, let me just go back. Do I have anything ending ing? No, I don't. So this rack plus R-E. Oh, close to red in goat. Not seeing anything so far. This is the Asian ending with EG. No, not seeing anything. Disappointing if I'm missing something, but I'm not seeing it. So I think Gotia is the play. Let me get this down. Gotia for 74. Pretty good. Balance, no duplicates. Probably not a bingo, but I should have plenty of scoring options with F, P and Y, and I'm looking to play off all of them or two of them. My F can go underneath the I of Gotia. I've got Frey in column 8 for a pretty handy score. What about row H? Any big tile after the I? Does the F go there? No, I was thinking of Goaf, but it's an I before the F. I've got the ly ending. I've got flag and poly. I just mentioned this in case any 8s spring to mind. I lead by 120, but 39 tiles still to come, including the Q, the Z, and the J. So at the moment, Frey is my play. What about column 2? Because my F can go next to Ed. Oh, wow, what a shame. Faggy, no longer valid. I think it's a deleted slur. Foggy goes there, though. Oh, wow. Okay, so opponent plays there for 51, but that does mean that my Frey spot remains available for 39. Not a great rack leave, but not utterly tragic. Anything better than Frey? No, I don't think so. But is there? I'm going with this. Well, rack's starting to deteriorate. Certainly no bingo here. And not too many candidate plays from the rack. I have Gallop, but nowhere to play it as a 6. Yeah, only 5 letter plays. Hook, Bio. Oxo takes nothing. Nothing goes in front of Fed. But opponent's surely going to be struggling as well on this rack, on this move, because of the limited opportunities on the board. Our reg is good, but nothing goes after V and only an S after Fed. I don't have an E for going after R. Only an H goes between C and A, I think. I don't want to play a short play. Well, not that there are many. I'd quite like to turn over tiles. Hadge, 18, great, that's not many. And I don't have an I for Hadji, that's a shame. Gosh, I'm not a million miles away from Flagpole, but that ends LE, not LL. Well, I don't have the letters for LL either. And I don't have any 5-letter plays beginning with F. So I can sort out the duplicates with Plage, and Pole has some synergy. Plage is 16, which is pretty grim, but this move is sorting out quite a lot of carnage on the rack with double P and double L, so I can hardly expect points as well. But that's 16. What about Glop? It's the same number of points, and A is more bingo-y than O, even though there are more A's to come than O's. But I'm setting up a hotspot here underneath the P, which I'd rather not do with a Z outstanding. Gulp and Glop. What about Gulp? It's just harder to play under the P when you can't put, because a vowel goes under the P. But Glop, you could put a consonant under the O, but a play in Roquet would now need to begin with a vowel or have 2 vowels together. And E doesn't go under L. P goes under O. Gulp takes an E, a lot of E's to come. Okay, I'm going back to Plage. I don't think there's much between these. No, I'm not, because this A is super useful for opponent in column 4 and row D. I am going back to Gulp. But I'm also going to pause in case there's something even better. No, I'm not seeing it. And I draw an O. And an E, but not an I for Hadji. Still 4 I's to come. My W can go underneath O. So I've got woe in that spot. I've got so and we and or, which leaves a nice 5-letter set. There are no vowels to turn over tiles to get. I would have pole ward through an R and walloped through an L. So 52 points for opponent. Wow. And my lead just 60 points. So do I have a play in column 15 which gets tripled? I do. I have addos. Do I have anything better? What about a play beginning with Z? No, I'm just not seeing anything which uses P or W. The W seems particularly tricky, but what about the P? No, I'm not seeing anything. That's a shame. However, P and W hold out the prospect of scoring next turn if I draw some vowels, and there are plenty of vowels to come. So a doze for 45. Well, I do draw a couple of vowels, so I've got saw with the S of striker. Still no I for Hadji. That is a gift waiting for whoever has one. I've got all underneath the P of gulp for 20. I lead by 100, 19 tiles in the bag, so a score of 20 could be quite useful. Aru is good, but I can't get that to play twice. Nothing at the top right with this rack. Nothing goes in front of who. 27 for opponent. I think I've been overlooking row H. I don't have an E for R-E. Nothing down from the P. I quite like all. It takes out or massively restricts column 14 as a bingo lane. It's 20 points. It's setting up a new scoring spot, which, if opponent takes, is just going to provide another scoring spot underneath, which, since I lead, is fine by me. And if opponent doesn't play in row L, that's an option available to me. If I draw the Q, I've got the A for quag. I'm going with this. Still no I for Hadji. Not seeing anything with the U. I've got the able ending, but I don't think dopeable is good. Not that it plays. Pap is good, so I've got Po or Poa underneath all. 13 tiles in the bag. I've got sob in row E. And both of those short plays are going to score about 20 and leave a super flexible rack lead for scoring the same on the next turn. And since I lead by 100, I think having that sort of flexible rack should enable me to have a decent chance of surviving even a bingo. But it's not over yet. Remaining tiles are bingo-y. Just the Q, which isn't, and the Y. So a opponent could have a big Q play and a bingo. Wow, a big play which is not a bingo or a Q play. 37 points. Wow, that's a lot. So 9 tiles in the bag, all 1-pointers apart from the Q. my lead, only 60 points after that excellent play from opponent. So what about my plan of reparalleling if opponent played in row L? Panned is good. So I've got Deb, 25 points. Keeping a flexible rack leave, keeping the quag opportunity and the qua opportunity if I draw the Q. But only 25. And I'm restricting the Hadge scoring opportunity. Anything else? Does anything else go after pan? E does. So do I have any EB words? Or ED? No. Okay, so is Deb the play? I think it is. I'm going with this. Okay, so I don't have the Q, but maybe it would have been better if I did. Because now, if opponents got it, they may be able to score highly. And my lead, only 90 points. 86 points. I don't have a bingo. Floating C and U don't provide anything. 2 floating U's. Nothing with the Y. However, I can use that Y to score with the J, with for example, playing YOU. Great. Opponent burns the Q for just 16 points. If I play U for 15, I leave 2 in the bag. I stop opponent from bingoing in row O. Very few bingo lanes. Opponents only got 1 pointers. They may have a bingo through the U. If it doesn't end in U, it will be face value. I think this game is pretty much done. Am I missing something better than YOU? No, not that I can see. Okay, I draw the final U. Opponent's got a super bingo-y rack, so they may be able to rustle up a bingo from somewhere. Quag has taken out the C for an IC ending. Only 1 S. All takes an S, but Deb can take an E. And there are 3 E's, so RE. If there was an E something S something E bingo, it would play in column 14. And it would score a lot. But my lead, 85 points. Scoring tile in the P. I think I would be able to survive. Surely I could reach one of these triple word squares with the P. If opponent starts high enough, they may not need to hook Deb. And certainly the remaining tiles are super bingo-y. But I think the only lanes are column 14 and column 1. Nothing goes in front of who, so row E is out. Strew is good. So column 2 is good. Wow. Okay. Opponent plays C for 12. 7 minutes on my clock. Per is good. And Lee. So now opponent's still got a bingo. Sorry, still got 7 tiles, so could bingo. Plena for 29. This is going to take me to 475, a 102-point lead. I should be able to work out what bingos opponent has got and then see if they play in column 14. It would be mightily foolish to play Plena and then have opponent bingo out and win. So what does opponent have with this massively high probability set? Well, what do they have? Neuritis through a U doesn't play, but I'm looking for a 7. It's possible there isn't a 7 here. Yeah, and it would involve 2 eyes. I don't think opponent's got a bingo, so I am going with Plena for 29. Let's see what I've overlooked, if anything. Now, I and you, not very good. I'm thinking about what I do when opponent doesn't bingo, but I do have two outs. I have uni, I have 2e in a couple of spots. Dewey would be good from a D were one to be available. Let me just scan the board methodically for the best UI out. So that's 2e. Swee is good but doesn't play. U has taken out Hadji. Now looking at the downs, the downward direction. Uni, that's the highest scoring I've seen. Yeah. So uni or 2e in either spot. 7 minutes on opponent's clock. And very frustrating to have a rack as good as this and not have a bingo. So opponents played Steyr 429. Uni remains available. Opponent hasn't provided anything better. So Uni for 4. And the final score, 402 for opponent, 483 for me, a winning margin of 81 points. So a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. Super fun. And it was opponent to go first. Could have played Ox-Hide, played Ox-Eyed. But that was fine for me because I can get my 90-point bingo down, and that's always a great way to start the game. Opponent plays Hob, blocking all of my bingos. So I play Roo. Interesting, Roo takes an A in front, as well as a T. But I think the A is more valuable on my rack. AERT is a really nice rack cleave. Opponent with no vowels plays Vint. And here we go. I have a glitter, which I played. I saw ligature. And a glitter just also plays 1 square higher, but that provides access to the triple word square, so I like my play. Great rack for opponent, from 7 consonants to a bingo. Fantastic stuff. That takes out the front hook for Roo. All these O's. So what do? I play Oo for 19. Yeah. Wow, where is 38 points available, keeping the blank? I6. Oh, what is good? Oh, wow. Yeah, Toad for 38 I think would have been the play, even though it is retaining duplicate. Oh, gosh, that was an oversight. Opponent plays Dev. And now I have a choice of bingos, all playable in row M thanks to opponent's play. Opponent plays Fangs for a decent score. I play Frey. Yeah, keeping Glop, and Glop looks the most bingo-y of these rack leaves, certainly of the top 2. Wow, look at this. Lovely rack for opponent. Jasanth through an A. None available. Plays Hadj. Pala A4. Okay, what do? I play Gulp for 16. Yeah, Pala providing access to row A and bingo-y floaters. I don't think I want to introduce that volatility, even if score and rack leaf suggests it's a better play. Now, opponent with Zincate doesn't play, plays Miltz. And I have a Doze. Zoil, also playable. Yeah, but a Doze scores more, so I like that. And another bingo-y rack for opponent with Centaur, Uncrate and Untrace. Plays Uric. And this is the benefit for playing Gulp rather than Pala, is that opponent has bingos, they don't play, and they're really restricted in terms of what they do. And that's important since my lead is just a bingo. So I play all for 20, not many more points on offer, and I'm preserving a precious vowel in the event of drawing a Q. However, that's on opponent's rack, and this was a great play by opponent. Instead of feeling that I was definitely going to win, I saw that there was a route to victory for opponent, which I needed to be mindful of. So I played Deb 425, keeping a balanced rack. Opponent plays Quag. And now I play U for 15, but N11. Oh, well, Panda's good, so I could have played Alone. Well, that would be madness, opening a triple lane. Aloe. But perhaps Ape for 26 would have been the play, just because it scores so much more than you. Yep. And this is opponent's rack. No bingo. Plays C. I play Plena. I could have played Plane in the same spot, keeping EU, but as it turns out, IU does go out in multiple spots, so I think my play is fine. No out, no bingo for opponent. They play Steyr, and finally Uni for 4 was best. So what a game. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Always good to have games like this where you get off to a strong start with a 90-point bingo and you just maintain the lead throughout. It's a lot less stressy than alternative scenarios. However, the game wasn't in the bag until the end. Opponent was always just one bingo behind, so it was good to see the finishing line, especially with such bingo-y tiles in the bag. Anyway, many thanks to opponent for a good game. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.